Hello. So there's not gonna be a ton going on here, but it's gonna be a lot of me figuring out, what the fuck I'm doing, basically. So I kind of already set up the controls yesterday, because I didn't want to spend too much time on that. Once the stream is over, I'm going to be editing the description and all that. So I'll put in the tutorials I watched, because it's best to watch tutorials outside of the game. Yeah, well, maybe. I've kind of sort of got a hang of flying. Last night I was just fucking with it, making sure the HOTAS works and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna be putting in all the tutorials that I'm gonna probably be watching from like the same guy. Putting in all the tutorials and stuff like that in the description once the stream is over. And what is it? I'm trying to think. I guess that's basically it. But yeah, I'm gonna be watching a lot of tutorials outside of the game, like I said, basically. So I'm gonna hear a lot of British person talking, basically. Let's see. I wanted to look at something before I went in, because there was I'm not sure if it was wind or something that was messing around last night. Rudder control. Rudder left and rudder right. Access commands. Guess it'd be this one, right? Oh, it's not even the right place. Hold on. It's down below me. Patas. The rudder pedals were too far away. Is it really? I turned it down on my end because it was stupid loud. It looks like it is loud. What is up with that though? I turned the in-game. Yeah, because I turned in-game down significantly when I was fucking around with it. Because it was like stupid loud whenever I originally opened it up. Turn it down on OBS. If I turn it down on OBS, bro, you're gonna hear nothing. But I could. Well, here. While we're here, we're talking about OBS. We'll play it. We'll see how loud it is as we go. So like once I'm in the cockpit, I don't want to like jump the gun and like turn it down. You're not gonna be able to hear the coolness. You know what I mean? Because it sounds really fucking cool. But while we're here, talking about OBS, so I was fucking around with some hotkeys and stuff like that because I didn't know they had hotkeys and yeah, the music was the most loud thing in the game from when I started it up last night. But so I didn't know OBS had hotkeys, and I wanted to fuck around with some stuff. I didn't add any sort of visuals, but you know, I added of course I'd add Magic Spear 1 from Ace Combat. So I'm assuming that's not loud because it's not even in the yellow on OBS. But then I can just like hit Alt M off, and then you know turn on Control 2, and then boom. Which one was this one actually? Daredevil? Hell yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I just gotta keep everything out of yellow basically. I mean, there's like some yellow in Daredevil. You can see it. Oh, yeah, of course, you know, like the music going over it. All that. Might as well just turn that shit off, right? There you go. So like whenever something's going on, I just like I'm clicked into DCS and I just fucking like turn that off whenever hit Control 3 and in Blame you got Soul Squadron's theme playing. They're all extended cuts, so it's fucking lit. And then I don't have a lot, so I think 4 is the last one I have, which is a War Thunder track. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was kind of neat. Like, it'd be kind of cool. I don't think I had... Yeah, I didn't have anything else, that was it. But yeah, yeah, I guess I just wanted to show you that. I needed to do... Look at my axis controls, because I need to see where my... Or no. I need to look at axis tune. Hey, what's up, Speedwagon? Yeah. So I set this up last night. All the controls and all the little settings and whatnot. So you can see whenever I move the rudders, you can see the little white line moves back and forth. So, and there's actually wind in the game, so it gets kind of funky. But yeah, let's fucking start this up. So I'm gonna try Attack Insurgents, Free Flight, Sakumi. So I want to do Free Flight. Take off Beslin, Cold Start, Mozdok. Actually, let's do Cold Start. So I've actually got some cheaty things set up because I don't know how to read Russian, and they're like, you know, you need to. It's either you learn how to read Russian, or you what would it be? You know, just like memorize every single switch and all that stuff to like turn it on. So there's actually some cheat stuff. It's kind of cheat, but there's a auto start and there's an auto on. Like, it still has a warm up sequence and all that kind of stuff. Because like cold start, it has to warm up the dealie. Just learn to press the buttons. I kind of want to learn to press the buttons when I do VR, but for right now, I just want to like fuck around with this because like the main thing is the extra buttons you have to press to like look around and whatnot can be a little tedious. I can show you. I mean, like, it's not like crazy, but it'll just definitely be something like way too complicated to fuck with while flying or anything like that. But for sure, like, you know, whenever I get like an American aircraft, because they're gonna come out with the Apache and they're coming out with the Hind, and apparently the Hind is also gonna have English translations and stuff like that for the cockpit, so that'd be pretty cool. So like, I mean, like, I definitely want to learn how the ins and outs and everything, like 100%. But right now, I think I should focus on learning what the fuck I'm doing, basically. You know, I need to learn the basics. I don't need to learn the ins and outs of, like, you know, the specific placement of each little switch and whatnot. So that's just me, though. That's just me. Because I believe that's what I should do. Wait for pulled tasks. But it's pretty neat. It's pretty fucking cool, eh? I mean, it hasn't started yet. But I'm gonna find out what trim is. I could probably Google that right now. Helicopter trim. That should be adjusting the angle of the yeah, I think that's adjusting the angle of the rotors. Helicopter in forward flight behaves just as a badly trimmed airplane. Maybe not. Trim. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out whenever I press the button. Blah blah. Mission task, nothing. Ka-50. My side, Russia. Allies in flight, 2 Ka-50s and 1 Mi-8 MTV-2. Cold start AFB Mozdok. Threat, none. And then it gives you like all the fucking bullshit right here. You like your altitude and or whatever the hell, right? Turbulence. And so like turbulence and wind right here. Most important things. Because it's like you can actually get blown around. But let's fucking do it. So it was like Alt-C, and then you can like look around, right? I think. Make sure this shit's not... There you go. Whoa. Yeah. Oh. Auto start, Elwyn home. Yeah. And I think this... No. So I don't know all the controls. That's like the thing, right? I don't even know where my gear control is, man. I'm pretty sure it should be a big ass fucking knob like this boy right here, but it doesn't look like you can manipulate that, because the ones you can manipulate, unless maybe you have to like zoom in or something, who knows. Yeah, I mean, like, I can't manipulate that, I can't manipulate this, I can't manipulate that, I can fuck with this, you know, all that kind of stuff. Oh, hey, you know what? I think this is the gear, because I can fuck with that shit. Oh, hey, look! Oh my god, it fucking says it! Right engine cutoff valve. Man, I had no idea. Dead ass. What the fuck is that? Is it the M8 starting up? Loud. What the? Who the fuck just blew up over there? What the fuck happened? Alright. So what's this? Left engine extinguisher. Oh, look at that! Fucking extinguishers. Ventilator extinguisher. Fire signaling. What that is. This is fire extinguisher work off test switch. I'm gonna blow myself up before I do anything, right? Alright. Let's see here. Maybe I should figure out. Just press all the buttons, right? What's this one? Somebody is really fucking blowing up over there. What is going on? So what's this one? Main common hydraulics for emergency gear. Oh look. Gear lever. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Learning already. Oh look. See, he's starting up. Hell yeah. Let me just fucking press the button to auto start. Cause fucking right. I probably like watch all the switches. Oh. So you got your RPM. Air pressure. Oh, you can just fucking like change the clock. I wonder if we can do something with that. The window just closed, or the door just closed. Yeah, there's so much shit in here. So manual auto weapon switch. That's on auto right now, I believe. Weapon mode burst length. Cannon round selector heat armor piercing. We are gonna crash. Maybe cannon rate. Expedite emergency ATGM launch. Emergency ATGM. Wait. Arm fuse, disarm fuse. Jettison arm mode. External stores jettison. Not implemented. Not implemented. Master arm. Oh, here's the master arm. So you actually have to like arm all your weapons. So like master arm obviously fucking turns everything on. Press all the buttons. Well, no, you're like I can look at them. Oh look, it's actually in fucking English. Starting BIOS. Yeah, so this monitor right here is actually the gun camera because you're the only pilot, or like it's a one-man attack chopper, right? WS operation mode. Rotor RPM warning. Push light. What's this? Next test. What's this one? Master caution push light. So I think you can actually like. I think what it would be is trying to have more power output without actually having enough air going into your collector, and that's when the RPM light would flash. Because like if you max out the throttle, it'll start flashing and you're going fucking crazy. And I was like, oh well, I really want to find out what happens when you do that. I already found out what happens whenever you hit auto hover while you're going like I don't know 80 kilometers an hour and just fucking let go of the That's 10:30. Whenever you turn on auto hover, washer fluid, and then you just let go of the.
Смотри экран.
There you go.
Смотри экран.
See, that's the RPM. Is it almost ready? Oh yeah, aircraft ready. Look at that. So now we're ready to go. Alright. So, let's see, trim. What that does, honestly. But let's just take off real quick, right? Turn on. Nice voice. Oh, you're talking about the thing, yeah. So auto hover is on. Increasing throttle. Auto hover is not doing what it's intended to do. Where is it going? Ah! Ah! Oh my god! Turn off auto hovering. It saved it. Oh my lord. What is happening right now? Alright. I think maybe it's windy? No, there's no way. Right? Auto hovering. Oh god. Turn off auto hovering. Okay. I don't know what the fuck is coming up. Help me. God. Sweet baby Jesus. Why is it just like trying to go backwards? I have no idea what I'm doing. I haven't fucking... Oh my god. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. You're lucky, my 26. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, right. It was full throttle. Oh no, it is fucking windy. Look at that. Yeah, it's fucking windy as hell. With you, I don't really know what I'm doing right now. But I haven't crashed yet, so... Let's just fucking try getting some... Get more air. We got more room to... Yeah. So there's supposed to be like an autopilot function, right? And I think I should have watched for where that is, right? That's what I'm feeling. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Turn on gears up. Gears up. Gears up. Alright. I think I'm still gaining altitude. I'm holding the stick like far right now. Kind of sort of far right. Let's go for it. Oh my... What? Oh no. There wasn't even a warning. My fucking rotor just exploded. Oh no.
Раскрутка турбины левого двигателя.
fuck?
Раскрутка турбины левого двигателя.
Oh fuck. Oh no, it's
Раскрутка
dying, it's
турбины
dying, it's dying.
правого двигателя.
Good night, everybody.
Раскрутка турбины.
Eject out of a helicopter, what are you talking about? Just goes over to this dude. What are you doing here, buddy? Oh, there's nobody in it. Oh no, the fucking fire department blew up. Oh my god. I don't know what the fuck happened. Here, let me restart. Briefing. Bro, I fucking died is what happened. Dead. Let's see. Details. Contour lights failure. K hit K-57 times. Schwall failure. Laser failure. So it all blew up. That's why. Crash. Oh, no, so like this is all what happened. Oh, wow. Yeah, so at 20 minutes into that, or whatever the fuck. No, not 20 minutes. The time. So 10 minutes into that, basically. It started at 2000, or whatever the fuck. And then at 2010, I fucked it up. Awesome. Guess I'll just do the same thing. Here, let's take a look at a video. So, basically, I don't know what I'm doing. DCS Ka-50. Do you guys want me to like show or like let you watch the video that I'm watching as well? Or are we just gonna listen to it? Because I mean, there's also listening to it. I don't really know if there's gonna be like too much to see. Other than like, you know, I'm gonna go right into the game and do it anyway too, right? Whatever you want, right? Right. Take off. Take off landing and basic flight tutorial.
Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. Today we're in our Ka-50 and we're looking at basic flight, how to take off, how to maneuver in the air at low speeds, at high speeds. We're going to look at the different HUD symbology for basic movement of the aircraft, and then how to land, and then we're going to talk about the dangers of things you can do wrong, essentially. Now, it's important to mention that any movement in this aircraft is heavily controlled and influenced by several autopilot systems, and we've got 5 of them down here against our right knee. You can see we've got bank hold, pitch hold, heading hold, altitude hold, and flight director autopilot. Now, as you see it here is the standard default configuration before we want to take off. And today we're not going to talk about the autopilots or use the autopilots as such. We're going to acknowledge that they are there. That is the default position that they are. And then we're going to talk about the autopilots and what we can turn off and on, and much more about how they affect the aircraft in a subsequent video. So just for the time being, we need to acknowledge we're in default. We've got heading hold, bank hold, and pitch hold on. And we're going to fly with that default configuration for now. So first we're going to look at HUD symbology for this basic, the basic default nav mode that we're in at the moment. So we've got a heading tape at the top, obviously, and we're pointing roughly at due north 00 there. This marked triangle here shows the exact point that we're heading towards. This diamond here has 2 functions, or it can be in 2 different modes. It can be a nav guide that's guiding you to your next point of interest or your next selected waypoint, and that's the mode that we've got it in at the moment. Or it can show you your current azimuth of trim. So the first thing we're going to do today is turn off pointing to the navigation point of interest, and we're going to change it to our trim, because that's what we're interested in today. We're not going to be interested in navigation, waypoints and stuff like that. That's another video. So we're going to go down to our PVI 800 here. This controls our waypoints, what waypoints we're heading to. We're going to click on waypoint there. We've essentially deselected that waypoint. And you'll see that this diamond has changed now. That's because it's no longer pointing to a navigation point of interest. It's now showing our trimmer position, our trimmer azimuth, and we'll go over that in a bit. Next, we've got our altitude here in meters, and it's got a P. P means radar, it's the Russian R. If we go above a certain altitude, like most aircraft, that will become barometric. Do you know what altitude that is, Star?
If I recall correctly, something like 600 meters.
What the fuck? There's somebody
Next,
else
we've
here.
got our pitch ladder. So this is our horizon line. This is essentially 0 degrees pitch of the longitudinal axis of the aircraft. That is 10 degrees up, that's 10 degrees down, and obviously you keep going 20, 30, 40 and whatnot. Here is our attitude roll indicator. This little chap here, right wing there, left wing there, wings level. 30 degrees roll right, 60 degrees roll right, 60 left, 30 left, 0 left. This here is our accelerometer or our G meter. That would be 0. We're currently at 1 at the moment because it's just basic Earth gravity. There's 3, and there is our maximum as well there, and that's -1. This is our vertical speed indicator here. We're currently obviously got no vertical speed. That would be plus 30 meters per second, star, and minus 30 meters per second. And we've also got it in a form here, which can be plus or minus. Here is our altitude. If we're below 50 meters radar altitude, then we get this extra gauge here: 50 meters, 40, 30, and 0 meters. We're off 0 meters there. Now there is extra functionality that will display on this HUD, but it only shows in relevant circumstances. So if we're going above a certain speed, we'll get another speed symbology here. And so what we'll see as we do different things, go to different altitudes, different speeds, different parts of this HUD will disappear, and other parts will come on. Now that's really confusing if you're not used to this chopper. But the whole thesis of this chopper is to make everything as simple as you can for the pilot.
How
because
loud
it's a
is it,
single
by the
pilot
way?
chopper, and there's a high workload. So lots of things will be changing in this HUD to display the minimum that you have to see at any time. And that's also shown in the control of the aircraft. And this can be extremely frustrating for new guys, including me. It's still frustrating in that the aircraft is going to do lots of work behind the scenes to try and help you. And if you don't know what it's doing and you don't dissect what it's doing, you're constantly going to be fighting against that processing, mainly controlled by these autopilots down here. So you have to learn to work with them, and then suddenly everything clicks and you'll be able to fly absolutely problem-free. So that's the big point I'm trying to make in this video. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is take off and just learn to keep her in the air. So what I'm going to do is press right control and enter or return. You can see I've got my controls here displayed to you. So keep an eye on them, and therefore you can see where...
It's kind of okay. Just let me know if it's
confusing if you Today we're not going to nav mode that we're in at the moment. So we've got a heading tape at the top obviously, and we're pointing roughly at due north 00 there.
There we go.
This marked triangle here shows the exact point that we're heading towards. This diamond here has 2 functions, or it can be in 2 different modes. And we've got 5 of them down here against our right knee. You can see we've got bank hold, pitch hold, heading hold, altitude hold, and flight director autopilot. Now, as you see it here is the standard default configuration before we want to take off. And today we're not going to talk about the autopilots or use the autopilots as such. We're going to acknowledge that they are there. That is the default position that they are. And then we're going to talk about the autopilots and what we can turn off and on, and much more about how they affect the aircraft in a subsequent video. So just for the time being, we need to acknowledge we're in default. We've got heading hold, bank hold, and pitch hold on, and we're going to fly with that default configuration for now. So first, we're going to look at the HUD symbology for this basic, the basic default nav mode that we're in at the moment. So we've got a heading tape at the top, obviously, and we're pointing roughly at...
Let's get back forward to where I was.
The whole thesis of this chopper is to make everything... Here, this controls our waypoints, what waypoints we're heading to. We click on waypoint there. We essentially deselected that waypoint. And you'll see that this diamond has changed now. That's because it's no longer pointing to a navigation point of interest. It's now showing our trimmer position, our trimmer azimuth, and we'll go over that in a bit. Next, we've got our altitude here in meters, and it's got a P. P means radar, it's the Russian R. If we go above a certain altitude, like most aircraft, that will become barometric. Do you know what altitude that is, Star?
If I recall correctly, something like 600 meters.
Roger. Next, we've got our pitch ladder. So this is our horizon line. This is essentially 0 degrees pitch of the longitudinal axis of the aircraft. That is 10 degrees up, that's 10 degrees down, and obviously you keep going 20, 30, 40 and whatnot. Here is our attitude roll indicator. This little chap here, right wing there, left wing there, wings level.
That should be
30
good.
degrees roll right, 60 degrees roll right, 60 left, 30 left, 0 left. This here is our accelerometer or our G meter. That would be 0. We're currently at 1 at the moment because it's just basic Earth
0,
gravity. There's 3,
16,
and
30, or
there is
whatever
our
the
maximum
fuck.
as well there, and that's -1. This is our vertical speed indicator here. We're currently obviously got no vertical speed. That would be plus 30 meters per second, star,
Yes.
and minus 30 meters per second, and we've also got it in a form here which can be plus or minus. Here is our altitude. If we're below 50 meters radar altitude, then we get this extra gauge here: 50 meters, 40, 30, and 0 meters, and we're off 0 meters there. Now, there is extra
50 meters
functionality that will
radar.
display on this HUD, but it only shows in relevant circumstances. So if we're going above a certain speed, we'll get another speed symbology here. And so what we'll see, as we do different things, go to different altitudes, different speeds, different parts of this HUD will disappear, and other parts will come on. Now that's really confusing if you're not used to this chopper.
I just turned on
The whole
Schkval.
thesis of this chopper is to make everything as
camera
simple as you can
I
for the
think
pilot, because it's a single
uncaged
pilot chopper.
was-
And there's a high
I
workload,
think it's
so
already
lots of
uncaged,
things
that's right.
will be changing on this
I
HUD to
can
display the
adjust it
minimum
and look
that
around.
you have to see at any time. And that's also shown in the control of the aircraft, and this can be extremely
It's a gun.
frustrating for new guys,
It's on the side of
including
it.
me. It's still frustrating, in that the aircraft is going to do lots of work behind the scenes to try and help you.
Which one was
And if you don't know what it's doing and you don't accept what it's doing, you're constantly going to be fighting against that processing, mainly controlled by these autopilots down here. So you have to learn to work with them, and then suddenly everything clicks and you'll be able to fly absolutely problem-free. So that's the big point I'm trying to make in this
I don't
video.
think
Right, so the first thing we're going to do
Ask
is
her
take
around.
off and just learn to keep her in the air. So what I'm going to do is press right control and enter or return. You can see I've got my controls here.
Yeah, I don't have any
displayed
ammo
to you.
'cause
You
it's
keep
just
an eye on
free
them,
flight.
and therefore you can see where my stick is.
Or wait.
So I move my cyclic pitch, I move my cyclic roll, I move my
There we go.
collective,
Oh,
I
and you
move
have
my
ammo.
rudder left, I move my
I
rudder
do
right.
have ammo.
So those are the different controls that you can see. Now, it's important to show how the trimmer
Oh.
works on this display here.
That was dry
and I'm
already,
going to, in
I
fact,
guess.
show you the button that the trimmer is.
Yeah.
This is very important for a
just had
helicopter.
that.
You have to have trimmer, and
Maybe
we will be
more.
using trimmer, like in any helicopter, pretty much all of the time.
I wonder if I can shoot that guy.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the stick into a position with the cyclic, and I'm going to press the trimmer.
Where is he at?
I'm now going to release the stick. The stick is now released. I've not got my hand on the stick, but look where the stick's position input is still off there to the
not.
up and left. That's because that's where I retrimmed it to. It's where I hit the trimmer, and that's where it's essentially saving that stick input. I'm now going to cancel that trim with left control and T, and that's now reset the
Damn
trim.
it.
First thing we do is just basic takeoff and a little bit of not proper auto hover, but just a bit of generic hover. Right, first thing we need to do is accept that the plane can't just take off as it is. We need to add some trim. So we're going to move our stick pitch forward to about there. You can see you'll have to mimic the same there. I'm then going to press trim. So now retrim the stick to there, and my actual real stick is now in a neutral position. We're now going to collect it forward and just do it purely by feel, not violent, very slowly, everything nice and slow and steady. And up we go. Now the first thing to note is that she's moving forward a bit. I don't really want that much movement, so I'm going to pitch back a little bit.
That's the important part that I needed. Damn it. Nah, I just forgot like what the control was to recage. Search. Cage. Uncage. But where was to recage? Joy button 2. Yes, but how do I put it back? So I guess I'll just look up Schkval. Designate target. I didn't assign one? I could have sworn I'd had one that was assigned. Huh. I don't see it nowhere. Right control I. Right control I. Well, now it's recentered. So this is what I needed to hear, though. Let's see.
Thing we do just basic takeoff and a little bit of not proper auto hover, but just a bit of generic hover. Right, first thing we need to do is accept that the plane can't just take off as it is. We need to add some trim. So we're going to move our stick pitch forward to about there. You can see you'll have to mimic the same there. I'm then going to press trim. So now retrim the stick to there, and my actual real stick is now in a neutral position. We're now going to collect it forward and just do it purely by feel, not violent, very slowly, Everything nice and slow and steady. And up we go. Now, the first thing to note is that she's moving forward a bit. I don't really want that much movement, so I'm going to pitch back a little bit on the stick.
So
And
I think
just
that's trim.
notice at the top left of the screen now of the HUD, we've got our speed there in ground speed. An interesting thing to notice, it appears to be bugged. It's stuck at 21, and it's down again. And that's something we actually wanted to bring up, so I'm quite happy it did that. Do you want to try explaining that kind of laggy
Oh, maybe it's
speedo
got
thing
the-
again, Stoll?
I'm not entirely sure what exactly it's down to. Maybe the INS, probably just the Doppler system needing some warm time. If you do a cold start of the aircraft, you take off and you start flying immediately. You often will not actually get the ground speed indicator on your HUD for the first couple of minutes, which also, if you then try to go into auto hover while you're in that state, will not allow you to do that properly. So if that happens, don't be afraid, just wait a little bit, it'll come.
Roger. And now we've got a correct speed. This is kilometers an hour and it's ground speed. So I'm now putting in a little bit of forward motion and I want to arrest this forward motion. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to press and hold the trimmer when the stick is in the neutral position, like
okay.
this.
Trim
I'm
locks
pressing and holding the
stick.
trimmer. And now I'm going to use the stick to arrest. I'm going to put a little bit of back motion in the stick to arrest my speed. And the speed is now coming down. I'm holding the trimmer, holding the trimmer, holding the trimmer, not letting go until I'm in my preferred speed. I'm also doing a little bit of work on the collective. That's just something you have to do. And I'm happy with that speed there. So what I'm going to do is let go of the trimmer now and let go of the stick. And now she's centered there at the speed I want of 5 kilometers an hour, whatever that is. There's also something else I'd like to point out at the moment. I've got a display of my lateral movement. That there is my aircraft, exactly where my pointer is there. And I've got a little arrow coming off from there, or a little line, and that is showing the direction that we're moving from my current position and how fast we're moving. So we're saying we're moving backwards and left by that amount of speed. If I were to hold down the trimmer and pull back a bit, what we can see is that line starts to extend as we go further backwards and left. Now I'm going to roll the aircraft right slightly, and we can see that lateral movement is starting to come down towards me, and now it's saying that I'm going forwards and left. So it's basically a lateral movement displayed in a line, azimuth and length. And if I wanted to get into near to hover, and I'm holding the trim button down while I'm doing this, I'm always holding the trim button down when I'm moving this, I'm going to ever so slightly move backwards now, so nose up, and cyclic right, and I'm going to get that right into the center, and now I'm going to let go of the trimmer there, and now that's got me roughly held to where I am in this current position, which is hardly any lateral movement at all.
One thing to mention, by the way, this line only comes up if you're moving less than 50 kph.
So what I'm going to do is turn the rudder now, and I move the plane, yaw the plane to the right, and 20 degrees to the right. Now I'm going to let go of the rudder and watch what happens. It goes back. It's not letting me turn right. I wanted to turn right. I wanted to face that building. And that's going to be a very frustrating thing. Why is it turning me back here? Well, it's turning me back here because my diamond is here. We've not got our nav selected. Our trimmer diamond is there. So we can trim in terms of azimuth as well. So what I'm going to do now is
because
I'm going to roll,
I literally set
I'm going
the
to
trim
yaw right here again.
direct forward, right? So that circle right there up on
And
top.
I'm going to press, just press once the trimmer there.
It's constantly
And
trying
now
to make the
look
helicopter
how
go
our
that way.
diamond is now
And it will
over
hold
this
that
building
position.
here. And now it will try and keep me facing in this yaw direction. So if I now yaw to the right,
So then
it's going to take me back to that pre-selected direction. So it's a very important thing to know about this, how this helicopter works, how it flies. And it can be very frustrating if you're trying to fight that trim diamond. Now, because I've changed the trim, I've messed up my speed a bit. You can see I'm moving over the ground backwards and left by this amount. So what I'm going to do now is hold the trimmer down and just arrest that a bit. So I'm going to put a bit of nose down, wait until that speed comes down, look at my little line in the middle until I'm happy with it, and I'm about happy with it there. So let go of trim, and then we've got our speed down, so we're more or less in a hover again.
You could have also, by the way, avoided that probably if you held the trimmer down from the get-go, but then you would have had to make some stick adjustments as well. You know, if you yaw, you also have to compensate a little bit with the stick. Now, if you're in a hover like that and
the helicopters are
just
kinda
use your
slow,
rudder,
but I
your
think
autopilot will do that for you. But the moment you press in the trimmer,
Why don't we try that then? So I'm going to adjust my yaw diamond
I
again.
go.
So I'm going to press and hold the
Probably be able to, like, get a little better at
the
it,
trimmer, and
right?
I'm now pressing and holding. And I'm making the adjustments here. A little awkward while pressing the trimmer because I've got it on my stick. It's okay. Just pressing and holding, pressing and holding, pressing and holding, pressing and holding. Just trying to look at my line in the middle, my lateral direction line. And I'm just getting that into the center with my new yaw position
That was
and
a lot of
release.
leg.
Yeah, that worked really well, Charles. So what I did there was I
yeah,
changed
there
my
you go.
trim
Hell yeah,
diamond, so
okay,
it's now
okay.
in the trim.
Here we
It's
go,
now in the
man.
yaw that I want it. But I also, as
So I
well
think
as
what
that,
crashed
managed
me
to
before
keep
is
my
'cause I kept
lateral
hitting
movement
trim,
still
and I was going all
and
over
in
the fucking
control
place.
because I did a complete
really paying
press
attention to it, right?
and a complete press and hold of that trim, and then just let go when it was in the correct position. So that's yeah. So we've got a good point there. So and that's two different ways of using the trim. We can just press the trim when we're in the desired course or yaw that we need, or we can press the trim and hold. And then release it in our new position. And the best way to do it all round seems to be the press and hold method. Next, we're going to get some speed up and just see what it's like, what new instrumentation comes up when we're flying kind of 200 clicks per hour.
Hell yeah,
so you can watch my stick movements and see what I do to do this. So I'm going to press and hold trim here. I'm going to add some collective to get speed up. We'll need to add some collective.
No, I'm not. If I was playing in VR, I wouldn't be using the model
left
because I
here.
wouldn't be able to see my face, you know.
I'm going to fly towards these, still pressing and holding trim.
So more
Still pressing and holding trim.
collective, as he says.
And I'm happy with that kind of attitude there. The speed will slowly increase. Releasing trim now. Trim is now released. Stick back in the neutral position. As when I release trim, I stick back in the neutral position. And I'm rising a little bit in terms of pitch. Not quite happy with that. So trim button hold. Going to arrest that pitch there to there. And release trim.
it's
And
holding
now we're
my
flying
pitch
just like I
right
want.
here.
Again, it shows that I'm putting stick input
Obviously,
here. I'm not. My stick
going
is actually
down too
neutral. It's my
fast.
trim that's holding it in that position.
Uh-oh.
So map my desire 200 clicks per hour. Maybe we should talk about top
Okay, I
speed at
saved
this
it.
point,
Holy
Stahl.
shit.
What kind of
I almost blew
top
up my
speed are
rotors
we
again.
looking for this thing that we want to avoid?
Well, top speed depends on altitude and weather, but generally speaking, anything above 250 kph starts to get kind of dangerous, and about 300 kph is what I would use as a never exceed speed, although it can be even lower.
Nathan?
One
Okay,
thing
I'm
to
flying
also note, if
full
you're
speed.
going 300 or even less, like 250 upwards,
So there's
be
wind to my
very
left.
careful
I
with
think
what
that's
you do
why
with
I'm
your
kind of
stick.
leaning.
Because if you don't manhandle it and you just pull on it, yank on it some direction, you can
Yeah,
actually
what's
make your
up? What's
blades
up, Chief?
crash into each other. Generally speaking,
I know
the
it's you, I
aircraft
didn't
actually
say- I
will
didn't say
warn you
what's up.
once you
The
reach
light
your
just
never
came on, I
exceed
don't know what that
speeds
is.
by a loud beeping sound and your master caution starting to...
Now I noted that to avoid those buildings I had to put some roll input in, some manual roll input like that, and that's fine. When
Wondering
we
if this
are
game is
flying
realistic
at a
for
speed like
everyone
this,
to
it
have
flies
to
more
do
like an
it.
aeroplane. So
There's
to
some
turn
people
the-
that say that,
turn
but
the
people say
aircraft,
that about a lot
what
of
I'm actually
things,
going to
you
do
know
is
what I
mainly
mean? So-
roll it right and then put some back pitch stick in along with a little bit of rudder as well. You won't just turn it with only rudder at a high speed like this.
Yeah, you can
Otherwise,
put your
apart from
fluids,
avoiding
yeah,
those
right.
buildings, I haven't touched my actual control stick. I've got my hand on my mouse. I'm moving this around.
I'm going too
You can
fast.
see it's trimmed in the position I wanted it to. So it's just flying along happily here. I don't have to do anything. Perfectly happy.
Right.
I'm going to touch the stick now and just do some maneuvers just because we can. One thing I
What was
pointed
that?
out, because we're above a certain speed, we've now
Master
got our
caution,
speed gauge
which
here.
way? Master-
With 500 kilometers an hour, ground speed shown there. There's our do not
hell yeah.
exceed speed, about 300
speed
clicks,
is
and there's our
too
current
fast.
speed, just over 200.
Look at that.
Right, I'm just going to do
556.
some
They're
general
not that
maneuvers,
fast.
just because I can. I'm going to
For the
hold,
sake of
press and
feels
hold the
really, really-
trim button, and I'm just going to do some silly stuff just to show that we can make a move, almost kind of like a fighter plane here.
This
Whee,
was
whoops,
the
steady cap,
Jettison arm.
crash. Takes a bit of getting used to.
Heat.
So to
Ready to
roll,
fire.
so to turn this way, get a bit of yaw, a bit of rudder, and a bit of roll and backstick like a jet fighter.
Let's
Whee!
see.
And we can start heading back towards the base.
Didn't mean to do that.
Another maneuver, by the way, that I would never recommend doing in the Ka-50 is just a straight up roll, because that will usually also make your blades
You
crash
see
into
the
each
little
other.
itty bitty
What
circle.
you can do, however, if you have enough
There it
altitude,
is. Oh, hey, look at that.
you
Okay,
must
so that's
will
what
lose a
that
fair
is.
bit of
Whenever
altitude
it's
doing that,
out
but
of
you
my
can do
view,
it.
it's showing
is
its
a loop.
full area
like
that where
normal
like
loop,
it
like
can
a
hit.
straight over vertical loop.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, it's not going to be very...
But yeah, it's fighting the
very
wind right now.
circular,
It's trying to
but
stay.
in principle it
You
works.
can see it's trying to stay.
Now notice all the
hooked
time
up on that
Star
right
was
there.
talking there, I've been pressing and
vertical.
holding the trim, and I'm still pressing and holding the trim button. Only when I'm perfectly happy am I going to release it.
Yeah, this
I'm
isn't
happy
like
about
crazy
there.
fast, but it's
now
a
I'm finally
helicopter,
releasing
so-
it. You can see my trim
I'm
diamond
assuming I
finally
can go
reset.
like-
And look at that smooth transition of trim we did. The plane didn't jerk at all. It's perfectly happy now just to fly off. And now,
let's see.
whenever I'm moving the mouse like this, it's my right hand.
Looking
You
at
see
the
I'm
camera
not
right
controlling
now.
the stick
We can
anymore.
zoom that
It's just
into
going to fly
it.
exactly as I left it. We haven't made any kind
See,
of
that's so
nasty
fucking cool.
trim transitions,
Zoom
which is a common thing
and
to
then
see.
it's
Right,
like-
we're going to run back to the runway now, and we're going to put her down.
Yeah.
How
Fuck this
dangerous would you say
fucking tree or whatever,
VRS
right?
is in general to a Ka-50 style?
Comparatively to other helicopters in this game, particularly the M8 or the Huey, not
that's going
quite
anywhere
as
near.
bad, but it is still absolutely a danger if you're not careful. So do not go below about 5 meters per second.
You can see it.
I'm also
not hovering at least.
I'm also going to need you to give us the customary 30-second description of what VRS is to the new guys.
VRS basically is a state that usually occurs if you're hovering and descending into your own downwash of your main rotor blades. It can, however, theoretically also happen if you're slowing down, for example, and you just move down straight along the axis of the rotor. And basically what happens is there are always vortices at the tips
Wait,
of your rotor blades.
No. I think the P was
And
height.
once you enter your downwash, those vortices can
That's-
extend
it's a lot,
and
it's
start
going
pushing down on top of your rotor blade, significantly decreasing your lift, and you'll end up just sagging through the disturbed air that your rotor blade is creating, and you won't be able to correct it anymore by using more collective.
So that
At
changes
that
it from
point,
like
what you will need
to like
is some forward or lateral velocity.
500 RPMs maybe.
If you just add collective, you just make the vortices worse, and you'll crash even faster.
Roger, I like to think of it as like an airplane stall. An airplane stalls, you know, when you go too slow, the wings aren't working. And it kind of got a way of stalling a helicopter as well.
It was radar height.
Although it's different in terms of physics.
Just
Just noticed I've been doing some maneuvering now in the trim. It's now in the yaw that I want it, but
But it's a stick. Now, if you're in a hover like that and just use your rudder, your autopilot will do that for you. But the moment you press on the trimmer,
why don't we try that then? So I'm going to adjust my yaw dice and left by this amount. So what I'm going to do now is hold. Our trimmer diamond is there, so we can trim in terms of azimuth.
if you're moving,
Holding the trim button down when I'm moving. And that is showing the direction that something you have to do with motion. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to press and hold the trimmer when the stick is in the neutral position, like this. So I'm pressing and holding the trimmer, and now I'm going to use the stick to arrest. I'm going to put a little bit of back motion in the stick to arrest my speed. And the speed is now coming down. I'm holding the trimmer, holding the trimmer, holding the trimmer, not letting go until I'm in my preferred speed. I'm also doing a little bit of work on the collective. That's just something you have to do. And I'm happy with that speed there. So what I'm going to do is let go of the trimmer now and let go of the stick.
I have no idea
and
what
now
the speed is,
she's centered there at the speed I want of 5 kilometers an hour, or whatever that is. There's also something else I'd like to point out in a moment. I've got a
It's not
display
showing
of
up.
my lateral movement. That there is my aircraft, exactly where my pointer
That
is
there
there.
is my
And I've got a little
aircraft.
arrow coming off from there, or a little line, and that is showing the direction that we see as that line starts to extend as we go further backwards and left. Moving this, I'm gonna
Where's
roll
my
the
speed
aircraft
at?
right slightly, and we can see that lateral movement is starting to come down towards me, and now it's saying that I'm going forwards and left. So it's basically a lateral movement displayed in a line, azimuth, and length. And if I wanted to get into near to hover, and I'm holding the trim button down while I'm doing this, I'm always holding the trim button down when I'm moving this.
Kilometers
I'm
an
going
hour,
to
right?
ever so slightly
Looks
move
like.
backwards now, so nose up,
Yeah.
and cyclic right, and I'm going to get that right into the center, and now I'm going to let go of the trimmer there. And now that's got me roughly held to where I am in this current
so I'm
position,
not
which is
going that
hardly any
fast.
lateral movement at all.
one thing to mention, by the way,
So I think I've got what I needed out of that video. So let's try fucking. Wait, hold on. I need to do something. Ding dong. Let's see. Alright. So watching it, it's going 25, increasing ever so slightly. It's beeping at me. What is it beeping at me for? VMAX. It's max speed or something? God, where's my lights at, bro? Oh, that's what that. Yeah, it said times 10. Okay. Yeah, he did say that's like you don't want to go faster than that. It doesn't seem like I'm going that fast. I was trying to like. I was like, man. Yeah. Raymer clock heat switch. So where's my lights at? Rotor de-icing system. Nice. Pilot heat system test. Windshield washer fluid. Wait. Sensor seat switch. Brightness. Can I turn that? I think I'm turning it. Am I turning it? I don't know. Let's see. Turn the son of a bitch. Oh, what? Something lit up. The sun. The sun is on. What's this? Bitch. Navigation lights. 100%. Damn. It looks like it's actually turning, but I can't tell. No, it's totally not. What the fuck are you supposed to do with it, man? Is it? I can't fucking tell. I don't think it is. It shows that I can turn it. It changes. It's getting dark, and like I can't fucking find my lights. Interrupt start button. Stop APU button. Startup selected engine button. Engine startup crank false start selector. Engine selector. What's this one? Radio communicator selector. Rotary. Maybe it spun it all the way. Ah, maybe. I couldn't spin it either way though. Squelch. Wave switch. Emergency receiver. AM FM toggle switch. Is there any radios out here? Oh, I want it on FM, right? Maybe there's no music because I have it turned off. Let's see. No, it shows it says on. Radio speech. Loud cockpit afterburner sound. So I am going fast. I am going fast as hell. They said you don't want to get anywhere near 300. What does the red button do? The red button right here? This one? Main common hydraulics for emergency gear. And my gear is still down. My gear was down that whole time. I want to figure out where the fuck my, is that? No, it's not. It says, desired tracking, desired heading, auto manual. Zero pitch trim. 300. Damn, what's this? ATGM launch. Cannon round. Is there a way I can, like, lean around this shit or something? What's this? There's a rangefinder designator mode switch. Laser designator reset. Okay. Voice message emergency on. Voice message system repeat. Voice message system off. Why are those lights? Oh, okay, it's red because they're closed. Or they're up. What are you? Oh, that's the fucking. That's my flares. So I've got 64 flares. All right. So I want to know why the hell why this isn't on my HUD. Accelerometer. Reset. Operation mode not functional. Lamps test. Yeah, I don't know where, I swear, I feel like, API test. Laser pitch. Drop some of them? Drop some what? Oh, drop some of the fucking flares, yeah. I don't know why I was saying what. Let's see. Here, first let's check to see, because there was, no, not that one. Controls. And vehicle. Maybe it'd be view. there should be center view. Jiggle toggle. All missiles lock. Return camera save cockpit angles. There should be like a deal in here that allows me to see my vehicle from the outside. Threat missile padlock. Squall. Wide view. Tonight we having some fireworks. Hell yeah, but keep terrain camera altitude. Flyby menu. Civil traffic view. Aircraft view? F2. I think that's it. 2F. Yeah, there you go. It's loud! And then yeah, there it goes. Got a light on the bottom. Up the side. I'm high as fuck too, oh my god. I've just been like increasing altitude this entire time. Oop. That is not work. I have no idea how to reset my view. F1, okay, classic. Of course it is, right? Yeah, use some, so that's the counter up there. Nice. So let's decrease some of that speed now, but oh shit, we're going too fast. Cause I'm free falling. Alright, there we go. Now we're losing speed. Oh, that's too fast. No throttle, just outright. Oh no, that doesn't sound good at all. I just hear the fucking rotors start going faster. Just like, no. Alright, you can see my fucking altitude dropping. 2500. I'm high as fuck. So, not fast at all. Not fast at all. Did. Oh god. Oh. Ooh, my god. Alright. 1400. Yeah, dude, I don't even know what was happening. It started shaking violently. I need to find the cage button for the... figure out which one it was. I could have sworn I saw it. Yeah, I've got 0 throttle right now. I'm just kind of like coming down. really fast, but should be able to stop it in time. $500. 520. 400. Or it's 500. It was 420 right now. Haha, 420. How many G? I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Like not a lot. There's no G counter. I don't think. Oh no. You know it's probably that one right there. Here. We need to like level it out now. Oh, it's probably that one on the bottom left over there. Let's see. Oh no. Oh no.
Выпустишь.
Ah. That did not look like I was going that fast. Man, it didn't feel like I was going that fast. Oh, but I have no idea what radar height is. Yeah, it crashed as fuck, bro. What do you mean? Okay, so I didn't know what radar height was, so I was like thinking of it as meters. And then I was like, oh, it's not that fast. But it's probably, I think radar height is maybe like 10 meters. So I was falling like 10 meters a second, and I didn't even fucking realize maybe. Let's see here. He talks about that.
So this is our horizon line. This is essentially of a certain altitude. Like most aircraft, that will become barometric. Do you know what altitude that is, Star?
If I recall correctly, something like 600 meters.
Roger. Next, we've got our pitch ladder. So this is our and it's got a P. P means radar. It's the Russian R. If we go above a certain altitude, like most aircraft, that will become barometric. Do you know what altitude that is, Star?
If I recall correctly, something like 600 meters.
Okay, I don't actually. It doesn't tell me what radar height is, but I want to say it's probably like in meters, right? It would make sense to me, man. It would make sense to me. Didn't he say 50? Maybe. Let's see.
We're going to go down to our PVI 800 here. This controls our waypoints, what waypoints we're heading to. We're going to click on waypoint there.
But I was like,
essentially deselected that waypoint.
What was it, like 3,000?
And you'll see
P,
that this diamond has changed now. That's because it's no longer pointing. P. P means radar. It's the Russian R. If we go altitude here in meters, and it's got a P. P means radar. It's the Russian R.
Yeah.
If we go above a certain altitude,
right.
like most aircraft, that will become
meters.
barometric. Do you know what altitude that is?
It is 50 meters, indeed. You're right. So I was falling 50 meters a second, and I didn't even fucking know. Didn't look that bad. I was falling fast as fuck. I was basically free falling. Oh no. Alright. Here, let me... close. Go here, because I swear I saw... There was a button for caging. Cage. Uncage. Cage control test handle right. Let's sign. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, each P is 50 meters, so I was falling, like, faster than 50 meters a second. I was falling fast as fuck. I used to think it was 50 meters. I mean, it looks like it.
Star?
If I recall correctly, something like 600 meters.
Pray.
No. Here is our attitude roll into maximum as well as minus.
Takes off.
Things go to different altitude display here. Right, first thing we need to do is speedo thing again, Star.
I'm not entirely sure
Oh,
what
no,
exactly
no,
it's down to. Maybe the INS, probably just a doppel system needing some warm-up time. If you do a cold start of the aircraft, you take off and you start flying immediately. You often will not actually get the ground speed indicator on your HUD for the first couple of minutes, which also, if you then try to go into auto hover while you're in that state, will not allow you to do that properly. So if that happens, don't be afraid, just wait a little bit, it'll come.
Roger. And now we've got a correct speed. This is kilometers an hour and it's ground speed. So I'm now putting in a little bit of forward motion, and I want to arrest this forward motion. So the way I'm going to do...
Okay, well. I'm going to look up how to cage the Ka-50 DCS. Cage. Vol. Target mode reset. That's what it was. It's yeah, it's altitude, not speed. 100%. So target, how to cage or how to turn off and recage was target. Target reset. Let's try shooting range. We're all here. Also, the music came back on and it's loud as fuck. I don't know why it's back on. Strange. Quite strange. Shooting range. Let's see. Shooting range. Russia. My task. Close air support. Flight 2 Ka-50s. Allies flight 0. I get 2 of them. Southeast at small lake are placed several targets. That's broken. 4 takes, 6 BMPs, 2 SAM short range, 11 transports. Objectives: destroy all targets with ATGM rockets and gun. Threat. Oh. Are they actually gonna shoot me? SAM SA-9 Strela, and then SAM SA-13 Strela. BMP 1 and T-55. Temperature 25 degrees centigrade. A lot of wind, looks like. 2 meters a second, 125 degrees. So, I don't know what that means. Whatever. Instantly beeping at me, huh? Is that how it is? So, uncage. Let's look around here. Can we see the enemy? Is that it? Is that one right there? I'm not moving, so I wonder if I can like hit that anyway. Just to see. Oh, that's right. Oh wait. I don't know, it's this one. There you go. Let's see if I can. What's going on here? Is my bullshit not fucking working? Oh no. Duh, of course, right? I got a fucking master arm. There you go. The little C popped up. Now it's on. Let's see if this can reach way out there. Maybe not. To be honest, probably not. Oh? Maybe it will? Okay. Is auto hover on right now or something? Feels like it is. It's not. Alright. I don't know how to select my missiles or anything. Let's take a look. Testing out weapons. Right now. Where is my fucking gun at? Or I don't even know. And then looking around. Let's see. There you go. Oh. Ah. It's auto hovering right there, that's why. So I literally have no fucking clue how to change my... God damn it. How to change my, whatchamacallits, to my rockets or anything like that. Let's see. Count device brightness, display brightness. I'm kind of floating away right now. Fall optics adjustment in a HUD TV declutter switch, laser code selector, black white indicator switch, manual auto weapon system control. Should be I think I already had it set up actually. Yeah, I think I set it up, but I haven't fucked with it, so I guess the weapons or something. Weapon mode switch, weapon selection AA mode, weapon selection all stations. I don't know what that is. Outward stations, inward stations. What did that say? D? I don't even know which ones those are. I gotta like press them again to figure out what the fuck they are. Weapon selection AA mode. Weapon mode switch? Weapon management panel. S. Doesn't do anything. Oh wait, no, it's right here. This is flipping up and down. Oh, that's burst length. I'm floating away! Help me. Where's the other guy go? Damn. Alright, go back into there. So, weapon. I feel like it was supposed to be on the right, actually. Cancel. Well, I don't know what that did. But it sure did something. What is that? Actually, that seems to be like... Let's see. Not this one. What is this? Engage, disengage, route mode. Descent mode. Trimmer reset, trimmer, okay. Route mode. This one, gun select. Uncage, release weapons. Release weapons. And then you've got targeting system power switch, auto start, training mode switch, auto stop, dispense, start, dispense, stop, dispense, head on airborne target aspect, wheel brake parking, automatic turn on target mode, automatic tracking gun sight, button ground moving target, button airborne target, ground moving target. Is this one? Here. Fall. Weapon selection, outward stations, inward stations. AA mode, all stations. Okay. I think I maybe understand. Floating away still. See what happens. Oops. Damn. I selected stations. No? Oh, what did that just do? I don't know. Oh, where did you just go? Airborne, maybe? Damn, I don't know what's going on. I don't know which one it is. I can see the lights switching. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh fuck. I'm dead. Oh my god. I just saved it. Unreal. Let's see. I think I need to zoom out. Get a bigger picture. Maybe? Maybe I'm too... Where's that? There it is. And then release. Where are you looking? This reminds me of your Glorious Republic. Fucking flat. Or what? Man, I don't see squat. I can't fucking see him. Like, I see the names, but where are they? Oh, yeah, that's right. I think it's kind of funny they had all the materials and stuff like that for the helicopters, but you know, they were just never there. Where? Here comes my gun sight. There it is. They're like right under me, but I don't see him. Or, oh, no, they're not. I floated so far away. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. So, is it this one? Oh, here they are. They're all under me now. Infantry fighting vehicle. Clue where I'm looking. Shit's really weird. Trying to turn, but I was going kind of fast. Big goose looking after its ducklets. I'm having trouble just like fucking turning towards these damn things and slowing down. So I can tell you already. No good. There's so much shit flying at me. What's going on here? Oh no, it's the... Oh god. Alright. Am I going the wrong way with this thing? That's what it is. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, he's just dumping that bullshit everywhere. Yeah, I don't have the pedals down. That's basically what's going on here. Damn, what the fuck? Keep me on track. This dude dumping all of his bullshit on me is getting kind of weird. Am I good? No. Definitely not. It's NPC. Alright, I think I stopped. He's cooming. He is fucking cooming. Oh my god. Give me a break. Here we go. Where the fuck are you going? Once again, I've lost track of my gun. So here's a tank. Right in front of me. Literally right here. Or not a tank, it's a truck. But the thing is, I quite literally have no idea how to use my missiles. Probably fucking turn that shit to like, what is that, NA? Destroyed. This was the speed, right? Red fire. Yeah. Crazy if you can shoot down your own ground. Probably can. I'll be real with you, man. Probably can. There's another one. There's another one. What happened there? Oh, it was out of its range. All right. So missiles. I was gonna look it up too. This guy probably has it in here. Autopilot modes in flight. Weapons tutorial. Cannon gun pods tutorial. Rockets tutorial. Air-to-air Vakirs tutorial. KH-25ML and buddy lacing tutorial. Huh. How to fly with the trim, autopilot channels, modes. Black shark. Laser guided, no aiming required. Maybe the missiles?
Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. Today we're in our Ka-50 Black Shark and we're looking at using the Vickers missiles. So let's get armed up first of all, and to arm up you have to set our comms panel to ground crew here. Armament screen, we can have Vickers on pylons 1 and 4. 6 Vickers per pylon, total of 12.
Request rearming.
While we're rearming, also note we need this weapons switch turned on. Make sure that's turned on, otherwise none of this will work. Let's go and have a look at the controls we're going to be using today. Well, as firing the weapon and selecting the weapons, we also need to be able to use our Schwal to lock onto target. So there's a lot of keys we're going to be using today. First of all, to fire the weapons, weapon release. To select the pylons for usage, just out of general information, we have outward stations, inward stations, and we can have all stations there. To control the Schwal, we've got target lock, Schwal uncage, Schwal reset, and we've got Schwal slew up, left, down, right, and as ever we've got the trimmer. Okay, so we've got some targets over here to the right a few miles away, so I'm going to get myself in a hover and locate them with my Schwal and attain a lock. Out of interest, the range parameters of these figures are 8.3 kilometers max and 800 meters minimum, so there is a different minimum. And they are beam riding missiles, which means we're going to fire our laser ranger at a target, and they are going to essentially circulate around the laser beam and ride that beam all the way down into target.
Mentioned due to the trajectory of the missiles, if you're trying to thread the needle with a shot, it might just hit whatever is in the way, because the missile is not perfectly following the laser. But it's constantly circling around it, so it takes a bit more space.
So the moral of that is don't fire it like directly past a building, past the edge of a building or something, because it might hit that building.
Yeah, it is a risk.
The next thing we are going to do is find a target with our Schwal, so Schwal uncage. Slew down, we've got a full video on using the Schwal, so we're not going to go all into it now. Get our laser ranging on.
The little map.
Locate a target. Press target lock. Now we can see that we've got a target lock and he's ranged at 4.1 kilometers from us. Next we're going to go to our armament panel. We want master arm on. Now out of interest, we can also fire more than one. We can fire 2 Vickers at once if we wanted, and we can do that by changing the burst length from here from short to long. I can do that, but I'm just going to keep it down on short for now.
Technically speaking, it's not perfectly simultaneous. They will ripple off one after another, but
absolutely. Next we are going to select our Vickers, so we're going to select the outward pylons button. Let me do that now. And to confirm that, you can see that we have the outboard pylon selected. We've got Vickers here, and we've got 12 of them to play with. Now the next thing to show is that we have our target in, so we're going to select the outward
they will
short for now. Here from short to long. I can also fire more kilometers from us. Locate a target. Press target lock. Now we can see that we've got a target lock and he's ranged at 4.1 kilometers from us. Next we're going to go to our armament panel.
Okay, so where's target lock? I think I put that in the deal too. Man, this is like going to fucking school. I'm sure it's search target. Attack my target. Target lock. Nope. Nope. Where's target lock? Targeting mode reset. Ground moving target. Automatic turn on target mode. Airborne target. Automatic tracking gun sight. Targeting system power switch. Droid button 16. But where? Where is the son bitch? He says hit target lock. Okay, well maybe if I just look up lockout, let's see. Lock target. Droid button 6. I don't know which that one is. Oh, I know where that one's at. All right. So my shit is on. My laser's on anyway. And so what I want to do is rotate a little bit. Reset. Oh, that's right. You are spinning away. Oh, you're spinning away now. Right. Now unlock and come down over here. And let's see where it was. Maybe outside. So on the outside. And I want outside. Target. Lock. And then... Nope. Nope. Hit it with that. Alright, so this is the part that I don't know.
We want Master Arm on. Now, out of interest, we can also fire more than one. We can fire 2 Vickers at once if we wanted. And we can do that by changing the burst length from here from short to long. I can do that, but I'm just going to keep it down on short for now.
Technically speaking, it's not perfectly simultaneous.
Wait, is it because of the cannons down? I hit the wrong fucking button. Oh well. Instead of having to figure everything out. Oh, God fucking damn. Alright. Ah! I'm gonna blow my brains out. Alright. On. Broke my... Yeah, exactly. I think it's on. Boot switch. Should be able to still see it from right here. So, Shkval, look around. What do you see? Big bro moment. Fucking tanks in the field and all that shit, and I can't even fucking find them. Where are you at? Oh, that's why I think it's too high. Oh. Yeah. Where are they? Alright, Mang. Thanks for sticking around this confusing bullshit, because I don't know what I'm doing. But I need to eat too, so I need to hop off. But thanks for sticking around, bro. You have a good night. Meanwhile... Oh, oh. They're super far away, but I see them. Drifting ever so slightly. So target lock. Right there. Now. Okay. Drop opens. Oh, Master Arm. It is not on. That's not doing anything at all. What's this one? Main hydraulics. It's control system. Anti-collision. Turret mag. Power system. Our pilot desired header. Cheval scan rate. Magnetic variation. Latitude. ADF volume. ADF channel switch. What is that? Radio channel selector? Radio volume. Squelch. Signal flare yellow, signal flare white, signal flare green, signal flare red, signal flare power system. There's a lot of shit. Lighting cockpit panel. Oh, hey, there's that. Night vision cockpit brightness. Fire extinguisher. Let's take a look again at this.
They will ripple off one after another, but very quickly.
Absolutely. Next, we are going to select our Vickers. So we're going to select the outward pylons button. Let me do that now. And to confirm that, you can see that we have the outboard pylon selected. We've got Vickers here, and we've got 12 of them to play with. Now, the next thing to show is that we have our target in this small circle here, and we have our Vickers outer limit circle here. And all we have to do is ensure that we orientate our aircraft so that the target circle is within the Vickers circle here, same as you would do on an Su-25. Once it's in there, we will get permission to fire. You can see we've got the C, which is the Russian Launch Authority. If we move out, then the C disappears, and you can no longer fire unless you were to override Launch Authority. So make sure we've got it in the circle. We've also got a ranging bar, and you can see if we're ranging bar around.
So I don't even have that. What's going on here? Falling slowly. So why isn't my Vickers on? That's what I want to know. It's not working at all. Okay, I don't know what the fuck he did in this shit.
Get our laser ranging on. Locate a target. Press target lock. Now we can see that we've got a target lock, and he's ranged at 4.1 kilometers from us. Next, we're going to go to our armament panel. We want master arm on. Now, out of interest, we can also fire more than one. We can fire 2 Vickers at once if we wanted, and we can do that by changing the burst length from here from short to long. I can do that, but I'm just going to keep it down on short for now.
Technically speaking, it's not perfectly simultaneous. They will ripple off one after another, but very quickly.
Absolutely. Next, we are going to select our Vickers. So we're going to select the outward pylons button. Let me do that now. And to confirm that, you can see that we have the outboard pylon selected. We've got Vickers here, and we've got 12 of them to play with. Now, the next thing to show is that we have our target in this small circle here, and we have our Vickers outer limit circle here. And all we have to do is ensure that we orientate our aircraft so that the target circle is within the Vickers circle here, same as you would do on an Su-25. Once it's in there, we will get permission to fire. You can see we've got the C, which is the Russian Launch Authority. If we move out,
I don't even know what the fuck
then the
I'm
C
on.
disappears, and you can no longer fire unless you were to override Launch Authority. So make sure we've got it in the circle. We've also got a ranging bar, and you can see if we're ranging bar around this outer circle, that would be 0. That there is... Ah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty much it in terms of Vickers air to ground. You're not pressing it down. And they need to be held down rather than as minimum range. That there is maximum range. You can see we're roughly halfway between minimum range and outer range. Our target is about there at 4.1 kilometers. I'm going to take a shot now with weapon release. Pew! Off she goes.
One thing to mention is you do need to hold down weapon release for a moment. If you just tap it, it's not going to fire.
Oh, good point. It's pretty much a general thing in DCS, but any weapon release button, almost all of them, they need to be held down rather than just tapped. It can be very frustrating to think it's not working just because you're not pressing it down.
And there's one more thing. You will fire off missiles alternatingly from the left and right. And if you're firing from the right and you have auto turn on, then your Shkval circle and the Vickers circle, they will actually not overlap. So what you can do then, just punch a little bit of left rudder until you're overlapping and you have launch authority, fire off your missile and then let go again and you'll be fine.
Aether just did something very like that. Oh, I see. So depending on which pylon you're changing, depends where that outer... Yeah, I see what you mean on the HUD. It changes it, yeah. Okay, I would like to ripple off 2 for my next trick, so I'm going to find a new target. Lock. See, I've got launch authority there, I've got a range there. I'm going to put in long burst length and
here we go,
just
here we go.
Yep, we were in the limits there, so let's fire there. Haha, that's pretty cool.
So then I will... I'm on outer.
That's pretty much it in terms of Vickers air to ground. You can use Vickers air to air as well. We've got another video that you can go and see us shooting down helicopters, so that's quite fun. Other than that, I hope it helps to see you later.
Return.
Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. We're in our Ka-50 Black Shark and today we're looking at guns. So we've got a internally mounted gun or externally mounted on the aircraft at all times. This is a 30mm cannon and this is a slewable cannon and we can target hostiles through our Shkval targeting system.
I think I fucking have it now. I think I fucking have it. Alright, so what I want to do is I'm gonna rotate just a little bit over this way. Lock that. Oh, I didn't mean to lock it like that, god damn it. I want to lock it like that. Come forward a little bit. Probably eventually fucking find the damn thing. Right there. Zoom. Lock right there. Alright, so now I have it set up right there, and then I'm going to select the Vickers, and now there's my lineup. So, let's see if that would make it. Is it doing anything at all? I can't even fucking see the shit. Here we go. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Right. There he goes. Damn it. Alright, well, that didn't work out the way I anticipated. I didn't realize it. Shouldn't have fucked with it. Let's see here. Nope, wrong way. Right. Launch. Did that make it? That looked like it fucking hit it. Oh, hell yeah, that hit it. Alright. Let's select these bad boys and come on over. Here we fucking go. T-55 destroyed. I cannot see with this bullshit in my face though. Except for that Sam, I think. Wherever it's at. Okay, I think I see. It looked like it hit. Yeah, here we go. Be a little too rough with this fucking thing. Oh, messed up the pedal work now. Nope. Oh, is that the last? Oh yeah, that was the last of it. Damn, we're all out. Alright. Yeah, 0, 10 of these. Let's try these up. What's happening right now? Oh, my spinning. Now it's kind of leveled out. So now... Nope, damn it. Alright, now we're good. Turret. I want to lock on to something. Too high up. There we go. There's something. What are you? I should lower altitude. Let's see where I'm pointing. Oh my god. What is happening? What is happening?
Выпусти шасси.
What the fuck happened? Well, my legs actually fucking hurt. This is kind of a tense game from moving around the pedals and shit. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Oh my god, it's like going to fucking school again. Hour 58, 2 hours, it's pretty good. And I got kinda sorta okay. Seems like I'm more of a shoot and scoot kind of fella, but it'd be like that, I guess. Got 2 hits with the Vicar, though. Hell yeah. INS, Insurrectionist, maybe? Failure. What happened there anyway? SNS, Antenna failure, DS. I don't know what the fuck happened. Alright, thanks for sticking around and watching all that. I hope you have a great one. I'm gonna go get some sleep. See y'all